Okay. See, you here? Yes. Okay, I'm very pleased to be joined by my colleagues, Senators Murray, Stabenow, and Warner. Now, we came from a very productive lunch. The main topic was the supplemental, and we have a proposal to make, which I'll make in a second. I want to say regarding Senator Tuberville, in regards to Tuberville, finally lifting his unnecessary and harmful holds on our nation's military officials, I'm happy that we can finally move forward and give these men and women the promotions they deserve. I plan to move these promotions as soon as possible, possibly later this afternoon. And one thing I would say, Senator Tuberville, I hope no one does this again. And I hope they learn the lesson of Senator Tuberville. And that is he held out for many, many months, hurt our national security, caused discombobulation to so many military families who've been so dedicated to our country and didn't get anything that he wanted. It's a risky strategy that will not succeed. I hope it doesn't happen again. Okay. Now, on the supplemental, let me go over where we're at and what we're doing. I'll give you a little background. Two things happened Thursday and Friday that changed things a great deal. On Thursday, Speaker Johnson called me up and said that he could only do Ukraine as long as H.R. 2 was attached to it. Immediately, I told him that's a non-starter. You know that we wouldn't even bring it to the floor of the Senate. You know that it has every Democrat voted against it, so bringing it to the floor of the Senate again makes no sense. When the debt ceiling occurred, we all voted no. And you know that you couldn't even pass it in the House, I said to him, because you need a bunch of Democrats, because there are a whole bunch of Republicans who won't vote for anything for Ukraine, no matter what is attached to it. And you won't get Democrats if you put H.R. 2 on the bill. He told me he had told this to Leader McConnell and to Leader Jeffries. Okay. Second, on Friday evening, the negotiations between Senators Sinema, Murphy, and Langford took a terrible turn. Basically, even though Senator Langford put on the table proposals that pretty much mirrored H.R. 2, which was a non-starter. And both Murphy and Sinema were just, they were surprised and very much saddened by what he did. And so we were at an impasse. But we must get aid to Ukraine, and so we cannot wait. And so what I am proposing is the following. First, I will put on the floor of the Senate the President's bill. It will have 3 additions to it, but none of them that affect Ukraine at all. One is the fentanyl proposal that passed out of Banking Committee 23-0 and was supported by Senators Brown and Scott, the chair and ranking member of the committee. This will greatly stop the flow of fentanyl coming in to the United States. Second, we would put $1 billion in for the nonprofit security grants. There was $310 million last year. It's a program I helped originate. But the amount of damage and desecration, particularly to synagogues and mosques, has been huge, so we need a significant increase. And third, a COFA proposal to deal with the Pacific Islands, unrelated to this. But I will also do one more thing. I will offer the Republicans the First Amendment, if we move forward, on border, on immigration. And they can put whatever they want. We think there are good proposals on border in the President's bill that do a lot, and adding fentanyl does even more. But if they think it's not enough, I will not interfere with them drawing up an amendment, but it will need 60 votes, like any amendment would. Let's remember here, it was the Republicans who put border on the table. We did not. They have a responsibility. If they believe border should be part of Ukraine, which is so vital to our country, let them propose an amendment that can get 60 votes. And that's why I hope they will vote on the motion to proceed, because I am giving them this new opportunity to put any amendment they want on the floor. And if it will have to get a good number of Democratic votes. It can't be we said it's had to be significantly bipartisan. That doesn't mean 1 or 2 Democrats. That means they got to get at least 11 to get to 60. If they can't meet that offer, then what's going on? Then what we should be doing is just voting on Ukraine alone. Many Republican members say they want to do Ukraine. If they themselves can't put a border amendment that would pass, then what the heck are we doing? Let's remember 3 things as we move forward. One, how important Ukraine is. It's a turning point in Western civilization. This is a historic moment, and this cannot be delayed any longer. Zelensky, by the way, could not make it to something happened at the last minute to our briefing at 3, but we'll hear, and you'll hear particularly from Mark Warner, who knows this so well, how desperate Ukraine is for the aid that the President has proposed. But it's vital, vital. Second, if this fails because of border, that's not a bipartisan failure. That's a failure of the Republicans and the Republican leadership. The only reason they added border was because a lot of members of their hard right said they want border. But a lot of those same members aren't going to vote Ukraine no matter what is there. But the Republican leadership went along. Well, let's see if they can put something together. But if they can't, because Ukraine is so important, we should just move forward with Ukraine. Plain and simple. And this is a very generous offer. We're letting the Republicans craft the amendment they say they so desperately need to get Ukraine money done, and we hope very much that they will take us up on this offer and put an amendment on the floor, again, which I will not interfere with. They'll just have to get 60 votes. Senator Murray.